Hi y'all. So this is the second time I'm making this video. I just made a video that was 25 minutes long, and it turns out I accidentally had YouTube running in the background, and it was quiet. I couldn't hear the YouTube video, but OBS was picking up the audio and it was completely playing. There was literally YouTube videos just in a playlist or something, just random YouTube videos.
Connection lost.
Y'all just heard connection loss. There was literally random YouTube videos playing in the background of my last video for 25 minutes. And when I heard it, I just realized this is so. Oh my god. Anyway, I am not going to make another 25-minute video. When it was so annoyed because I talked about stuff really important. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm going to make this way less than 25 minutes. I don't feel like making another video, so. Okay, here we go for a second time. So, I'm gonna be very fast anyway. Overnight highs here, overnight highs here. I'm just gonna start going through it right here because this is about where I started. I saw that we had a bullish imbalance because we have two attempts here, and when you don't reach the lows, so when you're in a range, which this range is clearly formed by this two-legged move, we bottomed out before reaching the lows, so a double bottom, and that means we have a bullish imbalance. The higher up if you have say you bottom out like in the upper half, like near the highs, that means you have a strong bullish imbalance. This one bottomed out in the lower half, which means it's not as strong. But so I was still willing to go short, which I didn't even draw this trend until I was up here. I could have got it earlier, but either way, I still would have thought this was a good trade. But we have this range, we break out, second entry long. I didn't think it was that good because of this massive trap bar. I didn't want to go long here just because it literally trapped. Like, it's so bearish, and then it didn't even close, didn't even have a perfect entry bar. I mean, it's alright as an entry bar, it's just, it should be holding above the EMA, and I mean, it's not that bad if it's below the EMA, but it's just the fact that it's below the EMA and it just trapped all these people out really hard, so I don't really want to buy right now. So anyway, we go into this uptrend, break, new high. We're off these highs, so clearly we rush below the EMA, get a break, expecting a new low. So I was just thinking, okay, we have a downtrend break, expecting a new low. It's a reversal pattern from this uptrend, playing out with a break and a new high. Then we rush below. Now downtrend break, expecting a new low. It's right after a reversal pattern. It's the lower high after this reversal pattern, which I didn't want to take this reversal pattern. First entry long, second entry long. Because usually you don't want to enter. We have this short-term downtrend here. I didn't want to go short inside of the short-term downtrend because you're not going to get big moves that way. Like, I want to break and then expect it to make a new low, which is why I wanted to enter there. I didn't want to enter here because what could happen is it just bounces off this trend line or it overshoots and then breaks and then stops you out. So to go for the bigger moves, in 1-to-1, 1-to-2, you're really going to want to wait on breaks of these short-term trends instead of entering inside of them. Of course, there's always tiny exceptions, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But anyway, so we bounce early again. I marked this area because I just wanted to talk about how if it bounces early here, clearly we're going long. Clearly we're going higher. There's no way that we can go short again until price really proves otherwise. We're absolutely in an uptrend at this point, which anyway, so we come down here, a couple legs up, and once again, I apologize if I'm rushing through this. I'm just tired, and then I thought I was done, and then I realized the video, I have to make the entire video over again. And it was 25 minutes. Okay, sorry. So anyways, downtrend, break, new low, off the key entry point, go into a range. There's no good entries because we're clearly just very choppy. You don't want to enter inside of that. Then here we get this higher low. It's also a breakout pullback off the range. You don't get a good entry. It's way too big. It's just, ideally, you would just want to see like a nice bar holding right off the EMA. But it's really not a horrible entry considering the momentum, and we just came off the key entry point. rushed above the EMA and then held off the EMA and this range highs. So, like if you have room to the EMA, then I think it's all right. There's no room 1-to-1, but it's all right. But of course, you can't really take it because you end up getting these next bars here. But but anyway, so then we break out of the overnight highs again. It fails. We push back up. This uptrend, we go into this range, breakout, pullback, which leads to the break of this uptrend. So now it's uptrend, break. We can expect prices to make a new high, which means that we would want prices to rush above the EMA and hold above. But when price gets to the EMA, it does move lower. There's no entries to go short. I got this range. I'm looking for shorts right here, but there's really nothing to take. We make a new low, so now we have downtrend, break, new low. Then we make a double bottom, and I just wanted to point out, we made this double bottom the same level that we made this first double bottom that I was talking about. So clearly that's a big, that's a key level, clearly. But then here, I took my first loss. After we made the double bottom, price rushed above the EMA, just as expected. Uptrend, break, expecting a new high. Price rushed above the EMA. The downtrend played out, just what you expect to happen. And then here is the entry. It's basically a reversal pattern from this downtrend. I mean, not really a reversal pattern because it kind of happens far after, but basically I wanted to go long here for all of these reasons. The uptrend, the bigger uptrend, is still expecting a new high. The short-term downtrend played out with a break and a new low. We made a double bottom and then rushed above the EMA with this uptrend, which we're now expecting a new high for the uptrend. That's what I was thinking. But this downtrend right here, this short-term downtrend, does have a break. And and it's just the first attempt lower, which sometimes I do think this exact trade here would work sometimes. But realistically, I probably should have just waited on a second attempt, which I don't know why I didn't re-enter. I should have just re-entered, because even this right here isn't that bad, especially because if it just ticks lower and then it closes all the way up, it looks like a trap. And so I just didn't pull the trigger on re-entering, but I made up for it here. But yeah, we only have one attempt lower once we get the second attempt, because it turns into downtrend, break, first attempt lower, second attempt lower, failure. Just like I always say, after the second attempt is where the moves are. So I was just so sure that this was a perfect context error that I had to take that. But anyway, the uptrend has a break, 2 legs to a new high, right off the overnight high. There's no short-term trend line blocking there's no short-term trend line blocking this short. And so I thought it was good. Now, the context is so perfect on this trade that I was not going to seriously worry about a signal bar. Now, signal bars, if the context is really, really good, then signal bars don't really matter as much. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, okay. Now, this is not financial advice. I cannot financially advise anyone. All I'm saying is that if I were to go back in time and tell myself earlier, I would tell myself to stop taking all the 1-point scalps and all the small, or taking anything less than 1-to-1. And then I would just tell myself to learn how to skip the smaller scalps, go for the bigger picture stuff, and then increase your risk to reward, or increase your target to make your risk to reward better. And then eventually signal bars are not going to matter as much on a lot of the trades. Some trades will matter, not as many, not on all of them. This trade, I didn't care about the signal bar. We were able to get out right after the EMA, so it didn't have to go too far. So that's 5 points. We rush lower, and then, we don't have this at the time, obviously, that uptrend. But we have another push. Anyways, we push lower, we do bounce, we are clearly getting higher highs, so we're moving up, and then we get this big leg up. We go into this range. Now, this short-term uptrend does have a break, and so you can expect a new high, but you can clearly see uptrend, break, and then 2 legs to a new high, which I know that these 2 legs are harder to see because you have all these smaller swings inside. But when I see this, I just clearly see leg up, break, second leg up, measured to the tick. So, it's not too difficult to see, but I mean, I understand. I mean, that would be pretty difficult to see actually, as a beginner. I remember, but yeah. So then we break out. We have a breakout pullback on this range. I feel like the range is played out at that point. We push lower. We have another higher low bounce. We rush above the EMA, and I didn't want to take this because just like I was talking about over here, how I didn't want to enter inside of the short-term downtrend because I prefer to break in a new low so that way it doesn't have a break and stop me out and then go to where I want. I didn't want to enter inside of the short-term uptrend because if you do enter inside of tiny trends like that, expecting to go for 1 to 2 like I go for, then that is not going to be fun. That is not going to be a wise strategy because to go for bigger moves, you really do need a trendline break to make a new high or make a new low, and you just don't get that here. So I'm not going to go for a massive target, and I do think that this is probably a high probability setup for like a 1-point scalp or something like that. But I'm not going to take a trade that's less than 1 to 1 because over time, I mean, that would destroy my account, and I consider myself to be a pretty good trader. So yeah, fix your risk to reward if you haven't. I mean, I'm not financial advice, whatever. Anyway, so at this point, I do have this uptrend drawn. It's a clear uptrend. When I put it here, putting it here is kind of like in between here and here, these two swings. I was just trying to get it to fit really good, but anyway, so then up here, it did hold again, and so this is the next trade. Last video, I talked about this trade a lot. I'm going to talk about it a lot less, just so I can get over this. Not that I don't enjoy the videos. I do enjoy making the videos, just not twice in a day. Or not, I mean, I guess I made the other live trade video, but I don't like making like big explanations twice in a day because I'm tired. But anyway, we have a downtrend. It looks like we have a break and a new low. Technically, we do get a break here and a new low, so you do have a downtrend, break, new low. Well, it doesn't, excuse me, it does not make a new low there. It has an attempt at a new low, which is enough considering this uptrend. That's what I meant. Definitely not a new low there. But, so anyways, we're off the key entry point. The downtrend has played out with a break and almost a new low. I almost said it again. But just an attempt is enough considering this uptrend. It's very strong. You clearly have a couple legs back. This kind of looks like one leg and then a break and another leg. But, so yeah, 5 more points there. Just take the big picture stuff. And then I marked this area because I want to talk about it. We rush up and then, oh yeah, I guess this entry right here, this long, I don't think that's very good because, here, even if you draw this downtrend as wide as you can, which is from there to there, your entry closes out. This one, you draw the downtrend as wide as you can from here, it closes inside, so there's definitely no way that you can take that. But anyway, we have a downtrend, we have a break, we clear first attempt lower, second attempt lower, failure. Now, it's not a good entry. You would really want to see that above the EMA. That's like a reversal pattern from this downtrend to get along with the bigger uptrend that's in play. So we have first entry short, second entry short, failure. You would want that above the EMA. You need reversal patterns to be above the EMA. So anyway, but we make this double bottom here. Another big leg up. So now we have an uptrend. So uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and then it failed for a little bit. It rushed back below the EMA, but that didn't last long. Rush back above. You don't get any entries here. This long is definitely not good. I mean, the uptrend just played out with a break and 2 attempts at a new high. So it's probably played out at this point, and then it rushes below the EMA. You don't want to be buying here at all. So anyway, it does push up. We push back below, lower high, not a good entry, no good setup. Make this new low, and it looks like we are now going into this uptrend. We have a break, new high, and then we turn down, which is to be expected. Uptrend, break, new high, then it reverses down, and then that's really it for the day. So, all right, I'm really sorry if this video seemed rushed. My first video that I made, I went into so much detail. I felt like it was such a good video, and then it turns out random YouTube videos are playing in the background of the audio, so I had to delete it. Anyway, so yeah, I really wish I could. Yeah, 13-point day, very good. I really wish I got the first video right. That was such a good video. But anyway, I'm gonna end it now. Anyway, hope the video was still high quality and everything. So anyway, y'all have a good day.